I'm excited. Are you excited? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, let's get excited together. Why? Because we are in this Zoom world together. The exciting world of Zoom. Now, I'm quite the world traveler on Zoom, known quite around the world as Hollywood Joe. Well, I met somebody that's the UK version of Hollywood Joe. His name is Dec, who has become my most unforgettable character, Dec Kluski. So now this guy has 30 years, as he calls it, on the small screen, or as they say in the UK, the telly, TV in the US, and a longtime Toastmaster. I had the opportunity to watch a 1-hour Zoom workshop on Zoom. And boy, did I learn a lot about Zoom. One of my takeaways for the Zoom world of speeches, to keep your audience engaged, they don't get bored, is what he calls, and I take away this concept for your speech, 80% visual and 20% content. So today for this topic, I will be talking about visual variety. Visual variety? What you talking about, Hollywood? Visual variety, don't you mean vocal variety? Come on, it's Toastmasters. Everybody knows vocal variety. Have you lost your mind? What are you talking about, Hollywood? I haven't lost my mind. I haven't gone from Hollywood to Hollywood. It is visual variety.
Joe, just what is a mind in the first place?
A mind?
Yeah, what's a mind? I'm curious. What do you think a mind is?
A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Thank you, John. Moving on. Visual variety. What do I mean by visual variety? How many times have you watched a speech and all you see is the person sit there staring at the screen and nothing changes? Does that happen on TV, YouTube, TikTok? No, you want their attention. Visual variety, mix it up. Find ways to mix it up visually too, to hold the audience's attention. Because after all, in the Zoom world, remember.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. You've lost me on this one. I'm trying to follow your story, but I'm stuck with the guy in England. Could you tell me a little bit more about him, please?
Oh, Dec, my most unforgettable hero. Good question. This dude has been TV. He's like Hollywood, baby. He dresses the part. I mean, he dresses up. You can tell he had the television history. He's got the looks. I mean, his makeup is, he talks about makeup. This dude is unforgettable, knows his stuff. Thanks for asking about Dec. Moving on. Moving on. Let me give you a little picture here. Visual variety, remember? Visual variety is the focus here. Because your speech is 80% content, 80% visual, 20% content. So let's illustrate. The first example of visual variety, I'm going to do with the ABCs of visual variety, is action, like the director, action, or movement. I love movement. Examples. I'll give you some examples here. First of all, as anybody's heard me speak or evaluate, what am I going to say? Can anybody guess what the first thing I'm going to say is? It's not what you think. It's stand up. Come on. Don't sit down. Stand up. Why? A lot of reasons. One thing, gestures. You got the stage, baby. Take the stage. Own the stage. You've got so much stage to work with. You can even zoom in. Look at this. Come on. Here's an example here. Lean in, all of you, come on, lean in, listen carefully. Are you listening? Are you really listening? Remember, in the Zoom world, 80% visual and 20% content. So that's the A of the ABCs of visual variety, action or movement. There's your visual cue right there. So the second B in the ABCs of visual variety is backgrounds, meaning virtual backgrounds. I love virtual backgrounds. It's a great substitute for boring PowerPoints. Why else a virtual background? It takes out the distractions, like Joe shaking his background. It's a little distracting, but you know, I've sat too many times and like, that's an interesting background. What's behind there? And I get distracted, and you can make use of your background to emphasize your message. Like here, and you've got my whole points right there. You've got the foundational phrase, 80% visual, 20% content throughout the speech. Your three main points. Action we talked about. Virtual backgrounds we just talked about there. And they're fun. You can make them yourself or get a stock background, but it just helps break up the variety, make up the monotony with the variety.
I have to disagree on that. I think we are Toastmasters. We are all about speaking. I think the whole background stuff I feel is just a nuisance. We should be focusing on speaking. We shouldn't be really giving slideshows. So I disagree. I think that's not the right way to do it.
Well, Neil, the backgrounds are part of speaking. It's the whole total package. I mean, think about it. Get the stage, TV, it's all the packaging. It's visual, baby. People see it as well as hear it. If you want to be remembered, I guess you could just stand in a blank room and not move and be forgotten. But if you want to be remembered, do some visual variety and retain their attention. And by the way, I like your background. It's not distracting. Great job, Manil. So moving on.
Joe, when
Oh,
you
yes,
talk
ma'am.
about background, I saw someone popping in and out, popping in and out. Is that supposed to be that?
You saw someone popping in, and I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe when I moved quickly with their shadows, I'm not sure what you meant by that, moving out. I don't know. You got me on that one, you stumped me, but no, it should just be me. You should see me moving around. So you get the whole stage. You can see me from all the different angles and zoom in. So I don't know, but thanks for asking. Moving on. Oh, I thought I heard something. The professor popped in. Come on, professor. Say hi to everybody, professor. The professor's here.
Hello, everybody.
Isn't it great
I'm
to use the professor?
so glad that Joe's teaching you some things because, frankly, I taught him. Yes, I did. So I'm very proud of Hollywood. So thank you for your time. I gotta go. It's past my bedtime now. Night night.
Well, thank you, professor. So now the professor takes me right into the third point of visual variety. Characters. You got to see somebody new already. You got to see the professor. Yes, characters are good to mix up the vocal, visual variety and keep you from being bored. Characters. Oh, hold on. Speaking of characters, someone wants to talk to you. Class, pay attention, class, especially you, Joe. All you interrupters, pay attention now, learn something. Don't make the professor get after you. Don't make you keep after school. Don't let me have to slap you on the wrist. Pay attention. Pay attention. See, one of the things I learned from Deck is along Hollywood Joe, and even Nooch brought it up. It wasn't I didn't invent it. It's the 6-inch rule. And you know what, as a teacher, I love my rulers. So that's 6-inch rule. Again, 6 inches on each side of your head, 6 inches above and below. Practice your frame. Then your chest will stay in the screen. Isn't that wonderful? Deck is a most forgettable, unforgettable character. He taught us that 6-inch rule and it sticks. See, Nooch remembered. Y'all can remember the 6-inch rule. Okay, bye-bye now. Well, thanks, Teach. You're an unforgettable character too. The professor is unforgettable. Deck, of course, is my most unforgettable character. Deck Kluski from the UK. Now, you have seen the ABCs of visual variety. All right, get ready. Get your thinking caps on. Be right back. All right, class, I'm back. Quiz time, pop quiz. Don't worry, everybody unmute for the pop quiz. It's easy. Open book test. Ready? What is the A of visual variety?
Action.
Very good. B.
Backgrounds.
That's right, virtual backgrounds. And finally, C.
Backgrounds.
Characters.
Characters. There you go. All right, bye-bye. Okay, there we go. I'm excited. Are you excited? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and Joe's dog. I love dogs, even if you are distracting, but dogs are cute. Anyways, let's be excited together in the exciting world of Zoom, because we're in it together. Okay, everybody mute. Everybody gets to participate one more time. Everybody join in. I have a question for you. Ready? I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yes.
You know.
Mr. Toastmaster.